And sometimes people want more sex because they just need to feel something other than sad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Can be used as a distraction tool. It could be used as a moment of escapism.
So some people drink, some people fuck.
Welcome to It's a Death Sentence.
Thanks.
What's your name?
I'm Emma Skip.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And you
I'm
are?
Carrie Smith.
Oh. Anyhow, today's episode, sex and death.
Yes.
Carrie chose this.
Two of the most awkward topics
Yeah.
thrown together to make one wonderful podcast episode. So sex and death, smashing them together.
Smashing those taboos. Getting those taboos right in.
It's mad really because like sex and death are everywhere.
Yeah.
On the TV.
Literally what life's about, really.
Yeah, it's all about sex and death.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going to talk about that. I did a bit of research on it, and I did a bit of research on sort of grief and sex.
Yes.
And like how you
Very
feel
interesting.
after or when you're in the throes
How
of grief.
honest are you feeling?
Yeah, fairly honest. Fairly honest, I think.
Do you think you've ever experienced, and this is why scripts are shit, do you think you've ever experienced increased libido, how diplomatic, an increased libido whilst in grief?
I think that definitely, not necessarily in like immediately after losing somebody, but in the lead up, knowing that it's going to happen. I think that there was that crave of emotional, physical connection.
I think that, yeah, the emotional, physical connection. I also think there's something very unique about if we compare sex to general exercise, right? I always think it's like it just puts you back in your body.
Yes,
Like
there's a grounding.
Yeah, there's like a real cognitive and emotional and tactile thing that happens. It puts you back where you are. And I think with grief or trauma or any kind of stress, worry, we've got this tendency to sort of float away from our bodies, become disconnected. We've discussed it in other episodes, haven't we? Like that disassociative type feeling. And I think that I can really, really understand why somebody would want to have more sex when they're feeling like that.
And feeling any sort of emotion, any strong emotion, I think it can sort of trigger. But obviously, for some people, it can be the opposite. You can totally not want anything to do with physical contact. You can withdraw. You can be...
And both make sense to me. It would depend on exactly how you're feeling at that time.
And, you know, we're women. We can change our mind. We can do what we want.
It's our prerogative, sort of.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was reading up about that and sort of that, you know, grief doesn't just affect, obviously, your mind and your heart. It can affect everything. It can affect the way your body works during sex even.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, that you might not respond the same way as you typically always have during sex. So all those things change. And sometimes people want more sex because they just need to feel something other than sad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Can be used as a distraction tool.
Yeah.
It could be used as a moment of escapism.
So some people drink, some people fuck.
Sometimes they go hand in hand. You know, it is. Some people eat. You know, it is whatever it is for that immediate
It's like
sort
to
of satisfaction.
satisfy, yeah.
So it's just to get some sort of what is it? Satiety. I can't say it.
Yeah, I know the word you're
Can't
looking
say
for.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to satisfy them.
Yeah.
To put it in a less technical term. So I looked at that, and then like both are normal responses. If you don't want sex, you know, and also it depends who you've lost.
I thought you were going to say it depends who you're having sex with.
Also that.
I mean, it depends. If somebody does just turn up in your life and they're incredibly good looking and you happen to be single, then actually it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's all those factors, isn't it? But obviously it depends who you have lost. If you've lost a partner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it probably is the furthest thing from your mind.
Yeah.
For some people.
But maybe it's not.
This is it. For some people. There was a lady and she was on, I just caught the tail end of it. She got loads of like negative feedback. She was on a morning TV programme talking about something called widow's heat. Have you heard of it?
I hadn't heard of it, but I can guess what it is. But what a brilliant title.
Yeah. I mean,
Sounds like breeding.
Yeah. It's that insatiable need to have sex.
Wow.
During grief.
And so is this a term that she coined, or is this a term that is widely used?
I don't know if she coined it. I think it's widely used. It's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. There's websites about it. There's
interesting
podcasts
that
about
it's widow's heat. So that's very female. Like we would.
Well, you can be a widow as a man.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't know why I heard it as a woman.
Because you think black widow. Like,
yeah.
It just gives the connotation of a woman.
Would it not be widower's heat if it was a male?
It could well be that. I'm just calling it widow's heat.
Okay.
It could well be. I may have got it wrong.
I hope not. This is a podcast, Karen.
No,
Do your fucking research.
Do your research, sweetheart. So it's an intense or sudden urge of sexual desire, craving for touch and need for intimacy. And it can be a normal part of grieving, and sometimes comes from profound grief.
Yeah, all of that makes sense to me. It really does. I think we crave things that we know are true, we can feel that are reliable when we feel out of touch and out of control.
Yes.
So it makes sense. But I think your point earlier about if you've lost your partner, you may not feel like that. And if you did, it would be quite alarming and potentially difficult to find somebody to satisfy that need.
Wow.
It might not be that hard.
I was going to say.
I've never been on Tinder.
No.
But I'm told it's quite a quick solution.
I really? I don't know anything about those things. But yeah. I just think that society don't like the fact that people who've lost a partner might actually want to have sex.
I think society still doesn't want to talk about sex.
Or death.
And
so here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a podcast called Sex and Death, or Death and Sex and Money. Money, Death and Sex. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have listened to that, but brilliant title.
That show we watched, Dying for Sex.
Yeah.
Well, that was all about her. She wanted to have sex, didn't she? She was dying.
Yeah. It's
and
brilliant.
The
main character, and it's all based on a true story, and it came from a podcast, didn't it?
Yeah.
So the podcast is still available.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The lead character is Molly, somebody. And her best friend did this podcast with her while she explored elements of her sexuality. She left her partner, didn't she?
She did.
Unhappy marriage, left him, and knowing she had stage 4 cancer, decided to go off and explore every sexual fantasy she's ever had.
Yeah.
And they documented it, and it was released after her death, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then they've made the TV program, which is amazing. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched. I haven't watched it all, but I've watched some of it. Yeah.
You know the bit in the hospice with the hospice worker who gets really excited about the transition into death.
Yeah.
Thought she was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was very kind of afterlife Ricky Gervais type.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
But that's obviously a normal reaction, but people don't talk about it.
Yeah, and they certainly don't publicise it.
No, so if she's felt it, somebody else has felt it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really fascinating. I think we are all under the impression that when you lose a partner or when you're in grief, you should be sad and sexless. That's it.
Yeah, and also if you're poorly, we think of that like we think about sex as like virility, so being super fit and healthy and young and gorgeous. But of course, sad, saggy old people have sex as well, don't they?
Who says they're sad? They might be happy.
Well, I'm just saying,
Saggy
it's just as a.
Yeah.
And my point was like,
yeah, absolutely.
Everybody does, but I think with the way we like societally, how we look at people having sex would be, not through grief, not through sadness, just through being happy and gorgeous and young.
Yeah.
We don't like to think about anybody else having sex. Sad people having sex, bereaved people having sex, old people having sex.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd spend a lot of time on it.
No, definitely not. And I just think, but that is real life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Most of us are sad about something.
Are we?
Wow.
Not me,
I definitely am. But then obviously sex and grief can come with some weird like crossover moments, like that immediate relief of having sex can also then evoke other emotions like sadness and tears.
Yeah.
So then, are you that weird person that's sort of crying after sex?
I'm right in thinking that when you orgasm, you release, is it
oxytocin?
Yeah. So, which is your feel good, or dopamine. It's your feel good hormones, aren't they?
Yeah.
So essentially the craving to have sex might be actually like physiologically driven by your brain almost. Your brain going, oh my God, I feel desperate, I feel sad, I'm in grief. Find me a pathway to something else. So, you know, whether it's sugar, alcohol, sex, any of the ones that make you happy.
Because you get the same hit, don't you, from like sugar and chocolate.
It's exactly that. It's a hit, isn't it?
Chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what a strong one. But yeah, so that, you know, that weird crossover moment where they're like crying, they could cry mid-sex.
Yeah.
You know,
that would be awkward.
Because it might trigger a memory. Well, you know what grief's like. You could, like, you're walking in the supermarket and then you could start crying.
It's an everyday occurrence.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But imagine having sex for the first time since you've lost a partner.
Yeah.
And that could be a year later.
Yeah.
Could be 2 years. Could be 3 years.
Yeah.
We're not asking people to remain fucking sexless and sad for, you know, decades, because I think that's traditionally what they expect women to do.
The Victorians just wore black for a year, didn't they?
And they're expected to mourn, whereas men aren't.
But other cultures, I was doing some research about this episode, other cultures, some of the African cultures will do sexual cleansing rituals if you lose your partner, which include sleeping with one of their family members.
Okay, like his brother.
Yeah, exactly that. But, you know, it's not just, it's a weird tradition. We find it weird in the Western world, but it's also to keep the lineage going. So if they had another child, the children would be related, and it's keep money in the family. So there's loads of different like facets to it.
Wow.
Very interesting though. Very interesting, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
what we find acceptable culturally, and when we read about other cultures, but they probably don't know any different, the same way we don't know any different.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Speaking of different cultures, have you heard, in fact, I don't know whether you might have told me about this. My French isn't good. Le petite mort.
Oh, the little death.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was a friend of ours when we went for lunch. Yeah. Which means orgasm, which is an orgasm.
Yeah, well, here it says in French culture, the phrase le petite mort, the little death, refers to the feeling of orgasm. It says the feeling of orgasm. I'd like to think you're actually having one. Linking the peak of sexual desire with a temporary loss of consciousness or intense death-like release. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I quite like the saying.
Yeah, but I mean, would you say that having an orgasm would make you feel temporarily dead?
No, but I mean, I wonder if that is how you feel when you die.
Well, yeah, because
you see a lot.
You know, orgasm is like a moment where nothing else can exist in that moment, can it? You can't start to think about something else in that absolute moment because you're completely lost to it.
Yeah.
It's so physical, isn't it?
But I wonder if that's what death's like.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That moment of death, I wonder if
just one long euphoric orgasm.
Just like that moment might be the same as having an orgasm. I don't know.
Could you imagine?
Well, it would make it more palatable, wouldn't it? You're going to die, but you'll enjoy it. Just go. You'll have a great time.
Yeah. Only get to do it once, though.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
And do you remember the word thana? I can't remember which episode.
Thanatophobia.
Yeah, so thanatophilia. Have you heard of this?
Well, something to do with the body.
Cultural narratives, including literature and psychology, have explored the dark attraction between death and sex, sometimes termed thanatophilia, sexual attraction to death itself.
This is like serial killer territory, isn't it?
Yeah, and what's
Ted
the other
Bundy.
one when they have sex with a dead person?
Necrophilia.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing, isn't it, that people do? Being sexually attracted to death can't be okay, can it?
No.
And definitely not having sex with a dead person is also not okay. For loads of reasons, you know. But
it's very bizarre.
It's very bizarre, but it does happen.
I think it was...
But being this thanatophilia I'd never heard of.
No.
Being sexually attracted to death.
I watched, it was not like me to watch a serial killer documentary or programme, but I did happen to watch one on, I think it was the Jeffrey Dahmer one. Did you watch that?
Of course I didn't.
No, but I'm sure it might not be him, so I could be wrong. One of the ones that I watched, the killer, had a job in a butcher's and was physically stimulated or sexually stimulated by the organs.
Wow.
By looking at the organs. So I wonder if that's similar.
Weird. But then, you know, is that... I've got to be careful here, really, what you say, but is that any more weird than people who are turned on by a foot?
Well, yes. Would be the short answer.
Or just because... Well,
mean,
it's just
being turned on
thing.
by death or by a foot.
No, about the organs. I mean, obviously you can't see an organ without the person being dead. So there lies a rather ethical problem rather than anything else. But surely people can't really help what they are stimulated by sexually.
No, I suppose not.
What you find attractive. Because some people are into feet and beans.
Beans?
Yeah. I keep reading about, how you can make extra money online. What my point is everybody finds different things attractive.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Not justifying, just as a disclaimer, that anybody should be attracted to anything death-related. But I'm just asking the question, how can we possibly influence what we are sexually attracted to? So if you happen to be doing your steak and kidney pie and find yourself in a state of arousal, then...
They stink of piss.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
Ted Bundy was another one who used to make his, from what was portrayed in the show I watched, in his documentary, that he used to make his, what was it, his partner or something, like lay still.
Ooh, really?
Because he liked her to be still like a corpse.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, and he was renowned, I think, for going back to the bodies after he'd killed them to have sex with them.
Really?
And that Ed Gein documentary, that one monster, he was sort of having sex with dead bodies, apparently. So they said. I mean,
apart from the very obvious things, it's got to be really unhygienic and quite disgusting and smelly.
Oh, trust me, I see dead bodies all the time. Yuck.
You never fancied it then?
Absolutely not.
Oh no, it's very, I feel like we've deviated massively. But I'm just going to ask you this. I don't watch any of those programmes because, I'm a massive wimp and you like to do weird things that frighten you. But those two people that you've just given as an example, I really want them to have like some really bad background that justifies their awful behaviour.
I don't think they had the best backgrounds.
Okay.
I still don't think it justifies
sleeping with the dead.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely not. What did that corpse ever do to you?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, obviously we've deviated there, but what was I saying? Widows. This all came from Widow's Heat.
Right. It was,
so
what a deviation.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is what happens when we come off piece.
Yeah. Anyway, Widow's Heat's got nothing to do with being attracted by death, but. Sex can feel more complicated and more meaningful when you've lost somebody or when you are in a high emotional state.
Yeah.
I think that was what the point was. And it's not for us to judge. People were really judgy about this woman who shared this experience, but it's obviously something that a lot of people feel, because if you look online, there's lots of information out there. And
but people are judgy online about everything.
Oh, I know. Don't I know it?
Little shitty troll people, like just making their comments. But what I'm personally think it makes complete sense to me that you would feel that way in bereavement and loss.
And like I said to you before, it's not always about the sex. Sometimes it's about the,
closeness,
the touch, skin hunger.
Yeah, they want skin hunger. I've never heard of that.
They want someone to hold them.
Yeah,
and that can be just as satisfying. But they say that this widow's heat happens at any time, but it appears normally around 4 to 6 months after loss.
Right.
So that's interesting. That's
interesting. So the research is actually showing a pattern.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? 4 to 6 months, as we know. We've just done an episode on 6 months in, haven't we?
Yeah.
6 months in, 6 months under, whatever we called it. But that was an episode reflecting on how we felt after our significant losses that aren't partners at 6 months in. And I think emotionally there is an acceptance. So perhaps that does tie in with feeling this widow's heat, for example. Like if you were grieving a partner, 4 to 6 months may be the time in which that you, I don't know. I'm just hypothesising.
Yeah. And I think, at that point as well, sometimes you're sort of fed up of talking about your grief and your loss to people, and you're not over it, but it's almost like there needs to be an outlet of some sort.
Yeah.
Some sort of emotional connection or physical connection other than just like pure sadness all the time.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to go through that. So I certainly wouldn't be judging anyone. I know a lot of people are judgy about it. You grieve how you want to grieve. And some of the resources online, there's the 7 Deadly Sins of Widows, Chapter 2 Dating, which is obviously like Chapter 2 is in like post-death, which is quite nice. Widowsfire.com is like a resource, and the Widow's Handbook. So, you know.
Very interesting.
And then there's something that says, when is the right time to lose a widow's virginity? And that's a real term they use, like having
next partner.
Sex for the first time after having lost a partner. You know, and I think that is totally individual. Like, when is the right time? Who are we to say? Because we've not been in that position.
And, you know, is it really truly different to just having a marriage breakdown and separating? I know that it's different in the sense that person isn't coming back, but from the viewpoint of moving on from somebody.
Well, yeah, I suppose it's the same physically, isn't it?
Yeah.
If definitely not emotionally. And it all depends on the individual circumstance, doesn't it? Because it could be from...
It's our disclaimer for everything, so we never get in any trouble.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? It's horses for courses. And
it's true. Interestingly, I watched a programme last night that was to do with female sexuality. Very interesting. This one scientist, she was really trying to champion the female orgasm, particularly as to be used for pain management and sleep issues.
Okay.
Which again completely ties in with grief, ties in with like the bereavement and loss and all the rest of it. So lots of people, let's say, are prescribed sleeping pills or anti-anxiety and things like this. And she's doing this whole field of research around the orgasm, basically doing more for your body than anything like that ever will.
So you go to the doctor and they say, you, madam, need 2 orgasms nightly for at least 6 weeks.
Literally, they did a little sketch where they like had a GP prescription pad and just put like vibrator on it. It was brilliant. Really good programme. And
One rampant rabbit.
Forgotten what it's called, but yeah, very good. But, you know, interesting, isn't it? They all tie in.
I suppose, yeah, it could be the cure to a lot of things, couldn't it? But yeah, that was all I thought it was very interesting, the link between sort of sex and death. And apart from things like, you know, having sex in grief, there's all obviously the things that we've briefly touched on there with people, serial killers, but sex and death go sort of hand in hand, don't they? There's lots of crimes of passion, people killed.
It's also something very like there's a reincarnation thing going on here as well, isn't there? You know, on some level, that it's all part of life. It's all part of the lifeline, isn't it? So, death, sex, birth, death, sex, birth. It's just how it works. So
it's just the circle of life.
It is. You know, I often think about it when we lost Dad and my sister was pregnant. You know, so there's one in and one out.
And they do say that, don't they? They like. I remember one of the kids we were talking to recently in the kids podcast said that when somebody old, or they said somebody old dies, that then a baby's born and then they take the soul.
Yeah, well, it was a child. It was a child in one of the classrooms, wasn't it? But that's so interesting because, again, for children, that kind of concept of reincarnation, almost we see it a lot, don't we? We hear it a lot, and we don't know whether that's a cultural influence, like what they've grown up on, i.e. Death and Disney, for example. They've grown up with this idea of reincarnation, it working like that. But it actually, to say the soul leaves one body and enters another as a baby is really specific. And I can't think of a cultural reference that we've grown up with that really points exactly to that.
But then we all do say, oh, he's an old soul.
Yeah.
So like we use terminology like that, don't we?
No, you're quite right.
So we sort of allude to it. Oh, like my mum would say, oh, she's been here before. Or he's been here before. And if someone's really clever or wise, that would be her thing. Oh, they've been here before, so they know the lay of the land.
Do people say there's such a thing as a young soul?
Maybe just to morons. Like he's
immature twat, isn't it?
He's new here. Excuse him.
It's new here. It's his first time round. Ooh.
This is his first day. I'm so sorry.
Excuse him, he's just fresh off the pile.
Yeah, so I don't know, but we do use that sort of terminology, don't we?
Very interesting.
But yeah, so I mean, if you want to have sex and you're in grief or whatever, go for it. Whatever.
And that's Carrie Smith coming to you live from It's a Death Sentence podcast.
Just do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. Have a fuck if you need to.
Don't be so blasé.
Look at you pretending to be posh, honestly.
But yeah, there's no judgment, isn't it? You've got to do what you've got to do.
I think, like most things, there's philosophical, ethical, biological, psychological. There's all of the igicals. All of those ogicals are coming into play, aren't they? And it has to be individual because none of us know how we're going to feel day to day most of the time. And if you throw in a load of death with that, you can't really see how you're going to react to it. Perhaps if you're a massively sexual person, you're more likely to be massively sexual. You also might not be.
You might go completely the opposite. Yeah.
Might think.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. And whatever works. Apart from don't have sex with dead people. Don't do that.
No, don't do that. And obviously be careful.
What if you're going to?
No, like just in general. Like, be careful, guys. So, be careful. Look after your bodies.
Oh, are we talking contraception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Protection, I was thinking more.
Carrie Smith coming in with a contraception.
Stop full naming me.
I really like full naming you on this episode. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, as always.
We're dying to talk to you.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you, dear listeners, for tuning in to It's a Death Sentence. Please keep listening to our weekly episodes.
And if you like our show, please like, share and subscribe.
We are dying to talk to you.
It's a death